Yeah. Some nights it's heavy, so heavy. Some nights it hurts. Flashbacks hit hard, nightmares return, but I keep moving, yeah, still moving. Grover on the grid, welcome to the Mental Pit Stop podcast. Life's a track with corners that come fast. Some days we hit the apex clean, sharp and true. Other days we miss wide, but that's part of the view. See, racing and life both demand we adapt. Reset the line, find grit where we can. We've all faced pressure, burn out and doubt, moments where the engine feels ready to give out. But this pit stop's a place to refuel and repair, to breathe in a moment and know you're still there. It's not about trophies, not glory or fame. It's running your laps and staying in the game. So when shadows draft close or the road feels long, remember, in this paddock you'll always belong. We'll talk true, share struggles, and keep it real tight, because every lap matters, every voice has the right. So buckle up, settle in, find strength in each lap on this track called life. We can do this together, we can do this together.
It's okay to say you're not okay.
It's okay to say you're not okay. It's okay to say you're not okay.
It's okay.
A quick word before we get started.
You're not okay.
I'm not a doctor, therapist, or mental health professional. I'm just sharing my story and the lessons I've learned along the way.
It's okay.
If you're struggling, please reach out to a professional
You're not okay.
or someone you trust. You don't have to carry the weight alone.
Hey, welcome back to the Mental Pit Stop podcast. I'm your host, Grover. Today, I want to talk about something that every racer, every soldier, every human being has to face. And that's what I call the long run, the endurance of life, racing, and perhaps marching as a soldier. You're welcome to take a deep breath with me and repeat these few lines with me. I have the strength to keep going one lap at a time. Fatigue is not failure, it's proof I'm pushing forward. Rest is not weakness, it's strategy. I run my race with patience and resilience. Even when the track feels endless, I trust the rhythm of my pace. I can handle the long stints because I'm not alone in the car. I've broken this into a few different segments. The first one I call the Soldier's March. I have faced many long runs, long marches in uniform, whether it's training or on operation. Carrying half your body weight across the desert, you would definitely think that this is going to break me down. And sometimes it almost did. Your boots sink into the sand. Your calves start to burn. Your rucksack straps cut into your shoulders. In the desert, there weren't many markers to guide us. Sometimes all you could see was sand for miles. Other times, just a single brush or a rock would be enough to set your eyes on and aim for that mark. You'd march to that point, whether it was a hill on the horizon, a silhouette of a tree. You'd reach that mark and then find your next one. Reach that mark, reset, rest if needed, adjust your equipment, and move on. That's endurance, not waiting for the perfect markers, but making your own. I'd watch my soldiers carefully. You could always spot the ones on the edge. Eyes, neck drooped to the ground, and just watching the ground move past them. Shoulders would be slumped. That's when I would yell, "Look up!" If all you see is dirt, you don't see any perspective. You forget that there's a horizon, a target to shoot for. You also forget that you're not alone. Looking up sees people around you. Often, you get tunnel vision when you look down, eyes glued to your feet. The next one is the racer's stint. It's no different behind the wheel. Nobody survives a 24-hour endurance race by staring at the finish line lap one. You survive by focusing on the stint you're in. breaking it down to those sectors or sessions, whatever that stint may be. You have to break at the right marker, hit your apex, manage your tires, listen to your engine. Sometimes it feels like soldiering in the desert, nothing to guide you except the rhythm of the road and your own discipline. That's when racers pick their own markers, a shadow across the track, a sign on a fence, a braking board, just like a bush in the sand. Those little references keep you grounded, whether it's one corner at a time, one sector at a time, one lap at a time. You can't drive the whole race alone. You share your car. You trust your crew. You swap out drivers. When your stint is over, you pass the wheel and you refuel. That's wisdom, not weakness. Because endurance racing isn't about one driver proving they can go the distance. It's about the team finishing the race together. Tire wear and life's grind. In endurance racing, tires degrade lap after lap. The grip fades. Corners that once felt sharp now feel loose. You slide a little wider. The car complains. Life does the same. Stress, responsibility, and fatigue wear us down. What once felt easy in the beginning now feels heavy. Just like a driver who ignores worn tires risks spinning out. We risk burnout. If we don't notice our own tread wearing thin, that's why it's okay, even necessary, to pit, to rest, and to reset. Fuel strategy and energy management. No endurance car can run on an empty tank. Fuel strategy decides the race. Push too hard and you run out before the pit lane. Conserve wisely, you'll still have enough in the tank to fight at the end. Life is no different. Your fuel is your energy, sleep, food, social connection, purpose, knowing your why. Too many of us try to run on fumes, hoping sheer willpower will carry us forward. But when the tank runs dry, even the strongest engine shuts down. Your strategy must include refueling. Night stints and dark sessions. Ask any endurance driver. The night stints are the hardest. I obviously have never done it, but I have, in preparing this, have done a lot of research. Your visibility shrinks. You can't see the whole track, only the space your headlights can reach out to. That's life in dark sessions, depression, grief, anxiety. They shrink your vision. All we see is what's right in front of us, and often scary and uncertainty sets in. But just like in racing, you don't need to see the entire circuit. You only need to trust the headlights, trust the next 100 feet, and lap by lap, night gives way to the dawn. Safety cars and forced slowdowns. Sometimes in racing, a crash or debris brings out the safety car. Everyone is forced to slow down, no matter how fast they were going. It feels frustrating. We've all been there. You're held back, stuck. But those moments can save lives. They reset the fuel. They prevent disaster. Life throws us safety cars as well. Illness, setbacks, even burnout. They force us to slow down even when we don't want to. But those moments aren't wasted. They're protecting us from running headfirst into bigger wrecks. I've prepared 5 different tools that associate with what I've talked about before and things I have used, and doing some research, like I've said, kind of putting everything into perspective for your own personal long run. The first one is break it down. Aim for the next marker, the bush, the breaking point, the ridge line, or the next lap. Reach it, reset, keep going. Change your socks, use foot powder, change your tires, get more rest, and just keep going. Encourage those around you. Someone near you is struggling. A quick "let's go, you got this" might carry them further than they have thought was possible. Too often when we do that, people aren't comfortable to say the truth. And that's why I've created the saying, it's okay to say you're not okay. Maybe I'll talk about some of this in another podcast when I've reached out to some of my old soldier buddies and say, hey, you doing okay? And all I get back is, yeah, I'm good. I'm good, bro. Life is good. And then I find out a week later that they've killed themselves. Too often we lie out of shame, guilt, but it's okay to say you're not okay. Look up. Pain pulls your eyes to the ground. Perspective lifts them to the horizon. The next one is write down your why. When fatigue hits, remember the 3 things that matter the most. They are your fuel. Maybe it's family, your job, your kids, your spouse, whatever it may be. Make your strategy work. Take your rest breaks. Take your pit stops. Slow down. Those are the things that keep you in the race. Pushing too hard, emptying your fuel tank. Maybe you need to have a couple days where you're on fuel map 3. If you're following along and you have found some of these things helpful, I want to ask a few questions. Where in your life right now do you need to focus on the next marker instead of the finish line? And I'll share some for me. I have a medical appointment next week with the military, hoping that I can get some more support for some things medically and mentally. That's my next marker that I need to focus on for this week. But I also have a lot of other things that I've been putting off, procrastinating, that I need to get done. Paperwork is not my best friend. The next question is, who around you needs a word of encouragement to keep going? I'd ask that when you listen to this or when the time is right for you, that you reach out to your pit crew. And at the same time, if you need to reach out to someone and say, hey, I'm not doing too well. I need to have a chat. I need my pit crew to kind of step in and help me with my strategy. Or reach out to 1 or 2 people this week, check on them, make sure that they can keep going. The next one would be, what's your why? The reason to refuse to quit. I talked about some tough moments for me in my last podcast. The thing that stopped me from ending my life was those people around me and living alone, my dog and my cat. That was the biggest thing that I was like, okay, I can't end this and nobody ever comes to my house. It would be work. If I didn't show up for work for a couple days or a day, that's when I would probably be found. And I didn't want to do that to not only those people that would find me, but I couldn't do that to my pets. Just having that, I call my dog my therapy dog, but she's not a technical therapy dog, but she's definitely my therapy dog. The next one would be, where do you need a pit stop before burnout and spinouts? Plan ahead. Plan your next pit stop. Maybe it's a quick time alone, read a book, go for a walk. For me, I had 90 minutes of relaxation by going for a massage today, which was well needed. And I think I was like out cold, bro. Like out cold. I haven't had a massage in so long. It was just, I needed that time. Today it wasn't perfect, but we'll reset and Monday's a new week. In closing, the long run isn't about sprinting. It's about pacing yourselves, whether it's through the desert without markers, through stints that seem endless, through getting through worn tires, through nights that feel too dark. Every marker reached is a victory. Every lap finished is progress. And with the right crew, the right strategy, and the courage to rest when you need to go, you'll find yourself still standing at the finish line. Thanks for joining me today at the Mental Pit Stop podcast. I'd ask that you like, comment, share. Don't forget to reach out to those around you. I'll see you on the next episode, episode 5, Yellow Flags. We'll talk about the warning signs we so often ignore, and that's going to be a big episode for me because that is definitely an area that I have been working on for quite some time. Until then, look up, trust your training. Remember, we're in this race together. It's okay to say you're not okay.